Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. Don't forget, the glossary for today's episode is right there in the description. Any word that trips you up, just scroll down and check it out. Let's do it. Yes, no horror show here. But Mia, for anyone who doesn't know, what exactly is true crime? And it's absolutely huge right now. Like the most popular podcasts in the world are true crime podcasts. It's like a puzzle. Your brain wants to solve it. I always try to guess, and I'm almost always wrong, by the way. And a lot of great vocabulary for you to pick up along the way. Ooh, dramatic title. So, it's a Tuesday morning in a small town called Harlow Creek. Population around 4,000 people. Everyone knows everyone, right? So deceptively peaceful. Anyway, a woman named Lena Cross doesn't show up for work. She's a librarian. She's worked at the same library for 11 years. She has never, not once, missed a single day without calling in. Not once. Her colleagues said she was the most reliable person they had ever met. So when she doesn't show up and doesn't call, they immediately know something is wrong. Exactly. Investigators always look at that. A person's routine is like a fingerprint. When it breaks, it means something has happened. They call her phone. No answer. They call her emergency contact, her sister, Dana. Dana hasn't heard from Lena since Sunday evening. By noon on Tuesday, the police are involved. It is. And in missing persons cases, the first 48 hours are absolutely critical. After that, the trail starts to go cold. Of course, when investigators say the trail has gone cold, it means the evidence is harder to find. Witnesses start to forget details. Physical evidence disappears. Time works against you. Always. Okay, so the police go to Lena's apartment. The door is unlocked. Inside, they find her keys on the kitchen table, her phone charging on the sofa, and her coat still hanging by the door. Or someone took her. Ha! That's the true crime effect. Welcome. They start with the people closest to her. In most cases, when someone goes missing or is harmed, the person responsible is someone they already knew. It really is. So, suspect number 1, her neighbor, a man called Raymond Holt. Late 50s, lives alone. Multiple witnesses say he and Lena had argued loudly just 3 days before she disappeared. Apparently, Lena had complained to the building manager about Raymond playing loud music late at night. Raymond found out and confronted her in the hallway. There's a motive, yes. But here's the thing. Motive alone is not enough. You also need opportunity and evidence. Exactly. Raymond claims he was visiting his brother in another city that weekend, but so far no one has confirmed that alibi. Correct. Now, suspect number 2, Lena's ex-boyfriend, a man named Curtis Webb. They broke up about 6 months ago. According to Dana, the sister, the breakup was not friendly, meaning Curtis did not take it well. There were apparently several incidents where he showed up at her workplace unannounced, sent her multiple messages she didn't reply to. It is, yes. Lena had actually spoken to the police about it 2 months before she disappeared, but never filed a formal complaint. It's a really common and really sad pattern. So Curtis is definitely on the radar. There is. And this one is interesting. Suspect number 3 is actually someone from Lena's past, a former colleague named Sandra Briggs. They worked together for 5 years and then had a serious falling out over something that happened at work. Lena reported Sandra for misconduct. Sandra lost her job because of it. She blamed Lena entirely and apparently never forgave her. She does. And interestingly, she lives only about 20 minutes from Harlow Creek, which is exactly what makes these cases so fascinating. It's rarely obvious. They do. 3 days into the investigation, a dog walker finds something in the woods at the edge of town. It's not a body, don't worry. It's a scarf. A distinctive red scarf that Dana immediately identifies as Lena's. That's exactly what the investigators want to know. They search the area and find footprints. 2 sets, one smaller, one larger. So Lena was not alone. Right. Now here's where it gets really interesting. The investigators go back and check the CCTV footage from the street near Lena's apartment building. They see Lena leaving her building on Sunday night at around 10:30 p.m. She's not running. She doesn't look panicked. She's walking calmly. It looks that way. And she's walking towards the woods. And this is the key detail. About 4 minutes behind her, someone else leaves the building. The footage is grainy. The figure is wearing a dark hoodie. But based on the build and height, investigators narrow it down. So they bring all 3 suspects in for questioning. And during the interviews, something unexpected happens. Curtis Webb, the ex-boyfriend, breaks down and admits that he had been following Lena that night.
But, and this is crucial, he says he followed her to the edge of the woods and then stopped. He says he saw her meet someone there, someone she clearly knew. Exactly. And investigators are now thinking, maybe Lena wasn't taken. Maybe she left on purpose. Maybe she arranged to meet someone that night and go somewhere. It's one theory. Perhaps she wanted to escape from something or someone in her life. Perhaps she felt unsafe and chose to leave quietly without telling anyone. It's called a voluntary disappearance. And while it doesn't explain everything, like the scarf in the woods, it completely changes the direction of the investigation. That's the question the town of Harlow Creek is still asking. As of the end of our story, she hasn't been found. The best true crime stories always leave you with questions.
Ha! That detail always gets people. It's such a small thing, but it tells you so much. It was. Lots of crime and investigation language. Words like suspect, alibi, motive, witness, evidence. These are words you'll hear constantly if you watch crime dramas or documentaries in English. Absolutely. And don't forget the expressions too. Things like the trail goes cold, a red flag, on the radar. These are idioms that native speakers use every day, not just in crime contexts. Exactly. So make sure you check the glossary and try to use some of these words this week, even just in your head when you're reading the news or watching something. Or was it a voluntary disappearance? We want to know your theory.
And that is a wrap for today's episode. Thank you so much for listening all the way to the end. See you next time.